All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hustle Podcast. Today we're in episode 19. My name is John. I'm your host, and we have my co-host.
Gabriel Arambula.
That's right. As you guys know, if you're new here, what we talk about on this pod is everything business, entrepreneurship, mindset, and how we can add value to you guys and help you grow in every area in life. Without further ado, we usually have a topic in store, plan it the day of, but we just
Kinda.
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
we have ideas. And we
yeah.
have ideas right now. But I think what we're running into is we have so many ideas, we don't know what to go with. However, we do have a topic that we just started discussing on the way here and again over here.
Mm.
And that topic is
That topic is which one you want to do?
the one you just talked about. Like
Three
yeah.
feet from
Gold.
gold, right? The reason why I asked which one because we had so many
It's
in the
oh
car.
god.
There were so many that came up. It's like,
Listen,
you know what?
it's 6:35 in the morning. And
6:35.
we're here doing this, and we've been on the grind recording 2 podcasts today,
Yep.
and editing 2 podcasts. Well, he's editing 2 podcasts today,
Yeah.
and we've just been on the grind.
Grind don't stop, man. One of the first few in the office, last one to leave.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
so the topics are just going through the head. We got a lot to talk about, and so we were just discussing being 3 feet away
Yeah,
from
from
that.
gold.
Yes,
It's like so many times in like business or just any venture, a lot of people they get so close to getting that breakthrough moment,
yeah,
right? So freaking close. There's one more step, maybe just three more
yeah.
steps, they have that breakthrough. But then something would always happen that comes across your mind where they're like, shit, like maybe it's not worth it, or maybe I'm just wasting my time. Am I even that close? Right?
Or maybe it's just lack of hunger
Or
or
lack of,
motivation,
yeah, as lack of hunger,
desire.
motivation as well. But in those moments, what most don't realize, what I've seen, bro, is those moments mean you're actually really close. Like whatever stuff we go through, like all the hardship, the challenges, like when we want to throw in that towel and not take another step, that's when we're actually really close to that breaking point,
And it's
the
it
breakthrough
yeah,
point.
and it's almost like that's the sign. That's the indicator. And it really begs a question. If you're not feeling that way, sometimes we're not saying you need to be in that mind state, but if that ever crosses your mind, like, damn, I want to give in the towel. This is tough. You got to ask yourself, am I pushing myself hard enough? Am I really giving it what it takes? Am I giving the required commitment to attain my desired result? Because a lot of times we, in our minds, have something that we want. And we also think that if we do what we keep doing, that we'll get to that goal. But we've heard this before. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And when we take a look at our daily habits, our daily behaviors, discipline, um, commitment, these are all attributes of individuals who have overcome diversity by taking full responsibility and putting forth the required effort. And there's been many times, and I even think now in my life, to where, like, was I 3 feet from gold?
Hmm.
Because the gold is behind all that dirt, the rocks, the debris. You can't see it. You can't see it until you hit it sometimes. And I think we're talking about this the other day, like, just putting in that one extra hour. And when you're talking right now, John, I was reminded of, you know, like when we talk about being 3 feet from gold, that's on the micro and macro level, but our micro actions impact our macro results. And just staying in the office that extra 30 minutes, that extra hour, coming in extra 30 minutes, extra hour, doing a 30-minute lunch instead of an hour lunch, things like that. Those things make a difference. And it just reminded me when you're talking, John. There was a night, I think it was maybe my my first like few weeks here at the lender, and I stayed. It was maybe like 6:30 ish. I was stayed late. I was making calls. I
Yeah.
was making calls prospecting because I know that if I'm calling after hours and I get a hold of someone and we have a conversation, that's someone that does business because they're working after hours and I'm working after hours. And I only want to work with go-getters. I only want to work with winners because I know they can match my energy and push me and challenge me to be better. And I want to be better. And so I was staying in late, making calls, and I get a call back. And it's a New York number.
Boom.
And it's 6:30 at night. So that means it's 9:30 in New York. And talk to this guy. And he says, hey, I got a missed call from you. I got your message. I've been trying to get approved with you. I talked to several people. They let me know they couldn't get me approved. And so we had a great conversation.
Right.
Great conversation. And we kept the conversation going. I talked to them multiple times, followed up, trying to, just building that rapport with them, pricing out deals, answering questions, going through scenarios with them, multiple scenarios with them. Sharp guy,
Yeah.
not a long time in the mortgage industry, but a sharp, really sharp, doing newest stuff, and he originated a lot of loans, and he was a business purpose broker, approved
Yeah.
with other wholesale lenders. And so we had a good conversation, sharp guy. And we kept the conversation going. Finally, maybe like after how many months, about a month ago, I got him to submit a completed broker package and get approved, right?
Let's
And then
go.
finally, just yesterday, I finally got my first loan submission from him, and it's the first of many because the rapport is so solid, right? We already like working with each other.
Yeah.
We already like talking to each other. He's like the kind of guy you
Because
can
you
sit down,
built
have a
it.
beer with,
Yep.
have lunch with, just like go hang out. He's got a lot of kids like me. Like he's just a cool dude.
Is he local too?
No,
Yeah.
he's in Texas,
Oh,
so
Texas.
not far.
Yeah.
But at any rate, my point is, I stayed that extra, like what, 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, whatever it was, and I made that connection with that broker, who finally got approved with us, filled out a broker package. And then now finally, a month and a half, 2 months after the broker package, finally I get my first submission with him. And now I know what's going to happen is I'm going to get a few a month from him.
Wow.
So just that one contact would probably lead at least $1 million in volume a month
Damn.
because rapport is that strong.
Dude.
And so that goal, 3 feet,
dude,
30 minutes, an hour,
just
a
imagine
day,
that,
a
dude.
month, a week, a year.
Like imagine
Dude,
you
I get excited about this stuff.
imagine that day if you didn't stay for that extra 30 minutes to an hour. Right?
Or if I didn't even pick up his call, because I was making a
That
call,
too.
leaving a message, and I saw the inbound call coming, and I'm thinking, what's more important, me leaving this message or taking this inbound call?
That's right.
Taking the inbound call. You got a live one. Grab that, man. Money time.
That's right. It's like for that broker, you didn't just open up a door for yourself for one loan, right? Like you created a partnership, a
Yeah,
lifetime
dude.
partnership with that broker where you guys can do multiple deals throughout the entire month for a year or so, like over
Yeah,
a
well, guys
lifetime.
do like at least 10 deals a month.
Yeah, 10 deals a month. And
Yeah.
imagine that's only one broker as well.
Yeah.
One broker, right? Like that
Yeah.
adds up over time.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
that also, like, makes me think of other times, like, did I give up too soon,
Mm.
right? Did I throw in the towel too soon with different endeavors? I mean, like, there's a number of that I could look at, or maybe if when I was early on in the mortgage industry, maybe if I put my nose to the grindstone a little more,
Yeah.
It was like right when I was starting a family, and that of course is an impact, and that's a factor. And then that's also something that I think you know individuals should be cognizant of, and really think like what you want your life to look like, and plan accordingly, so that you can commit to what it takes to make sure that you go that extra 3 feet to get to the gold. Because again, that is the reality for many, in the story for more than some. We have countless stories of people that were just that close, man.
Yeah. So many people, dude.
So like
Yeah.
so John, like how do we keep going, or how can someone keep going, like like how do you stay motivated, how do you stay focused, like what are some of the things you do to stay on track, to make sure that you don't miss your opportunity to get to the gold when it's 3 feet away?
Yeah, for sure. Great question. Like the way I see it is like in anything, right? It's like you want to do things where you can create the highest possibility for yourself to get the thing you want,
Mhm.
right? It's like whenever people say, "Oh, this guy's lucky," it's just because that guy prepared. That person
Yeah.
prepared and took action, right? It's like, well, it was a preparation plus opportunity
Opportunity,
equals
luck.
luck, right? If you were not prepared and the opportunity came your way, you would
Yeah.
not get that deal. You would not get that lucky, right? For
Yeah.
example, if you weren't at the office that day, or if you left
Left early.
early,
I
or
wouldn't have that shot,
if you
man.
didn't have the mindset to pick up that phone as opposed to leaving the voicemail only, right? You wouldn't have had that deal, right?
Man, yeah.
And here's a great example of like taking the extra step, right? When I was doing life insurance and gone through before I got into sales management, I was dialing like every single day from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. PST, right?
Yeah.
And then there were so many days where I would have zero sales and 200 plus calls, right? Zero sales from like 8 a.m. to like 6, even 7 p.m.,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep going, right? It doesn't matter if I didn't make any sales at all throughout these times, as long as I make 1 or 2 sales. You never know; it can always come last minute. And every single time, bro, when I want to throw in the towel, when I want to quit, when I just want to turn off the laptop and eat dinner, I'm like, you know what? I can just go for another hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can go for one more hour and just keep dialing, and boom, every single time I get 2 or 3 sales.
Yeah.
Six
That's
hundred
it.
six
Yeah.
hundred bucks in profit,
It's a numbers game.
right? Numbers game, right? And then like every single time, and when what I did was I'm like, okay, like if I'm counting it by how much I'm making hourly, I'm not making shit now. But if I make the sales, like I count it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm making like what, $80 an hour still, 100 bucks an hour still, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like what I tell myself is, what if the only way for me to make those sales is to earn it, right? By putting in those hours
Mhm.
first. Like
Yeah.
I have to put in. What if I can guarantee myself 2 3 sales per day, as long as I put in 12 hours? Is
Mhm.
guaranteed,
Yeah.
right? Whether I make the sales 3 hours in, 6 hours in, or the very last hour,
So you have to
right?
really, really just, in your mind, have that mindset and convince yourself, have that self talk, like, okay, here's the deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to put forth this effort, and I know if I put forth this effort, I
Hmm.
should get this result.
Yeah. This amount of effort for this amount of time,
Believing without
right?
seeing.
Yeah. It's like guaranteed every
Yeah.
single time. In my head, I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna get these sales no matter what. I don't know when within the time frame,
Yeah.
but it's gonna come
Do,
no matter what, and it happens every single time, bro. It's fucking
let
crazy.
me ask you this:
Yeah,
Do you I don't know if it's you or just me, because like part of me like really likes the rush
yeah,
of like the fight to get that next deal, and the pressure of like having to fight for it and having to go through the shit
it's fun,
to
dude.
get to
It's just
the
fun too.
money.
Yeah,
It's fun, but like I like it, dude. I like it. I enjoy it. It does get hard though, and we have to keep pushing. And it's like we're talking about the other day, man. Like, you know, the like business right now, like for me, is like, dude, I'm like so we are like so close to like a lot of great things popping off, like very close.
Yeah.
And we've been putting in a lot of work, and for us, seeing the production we've had, or the results we've had on multiple different levels, whether it be just like consistently executing on this podcast, doing two a day, um, having just tons of content, tons of clips, making tons of calls,
Yeah.
getting some deals in. um, all this progress is great, but it's just a small glimpse of things to come, right? And so I think, any leader or entrepreneur, you have to be visionary. You have to see what could be, not what is. And that, I know, for me, helps keep me going. And I think I've been an optimist, I mean, for as long as I can remember. Even as a young kid, I always tried to, think positive, or think good, right? And that helps. Continue to keep pushing, right? Being solution focused,
Mm.
knowing that our present is a temporary reality that comes before our future,
Mm.
and our thoughts, words, and actions in the present help dictate our future reality. And although it's easy to give up and get tired, or think to yourself, this isn't going to work, or it's not worth it,
Yeah.
just keep going. Like, but make sure your heart's in it too, because there are times where, you know what, maybe you do need to switch it up. Maybe you do need to change something. Like, for example, when I relocated from Orange County to the Bay Area, I took a sales gig with a telecom company, doing door to door sales.
Mm.
So basically, selling B2B telecommunication services, landlines, wireless service, internet cards for laptops. And so, like, this was in like 2009. It was a while ago.
Oh, oh, nine.
Yeah, oh nine. It was a while
Minute
ago,
ago.
bro. It was a
Yeah.
while ago. And I was doing it. It was a grind. I wasn't really feeling it, but I was doing it. I was trying to put my heart in it, and my heart was in real estate still. My head was in real estate. I've always loved real estate, lending, finance. It's always been of interest to me. And I ended up cold calling a broker, a mortgage broker, realtor broker, up in the Bay Area. And I ended up presenting to him, and then he ended up kind of trying to recruit me because he saw that I had skills. Brush the shoulders off. No, no.
Just a little bit.
No, it's so funny. Just a little bit, just a
Just
smidgen.
tad bit.
So he asked me in the interview, or in the presentation afterwards. He says, "Hey, have you ever thought about getting into real estate?" And I didn't tell him my background, because I had lending experience back then, and I always wanted to get into real estate sales.
Mm.
And I was like, no, I like what I'm doing. You try, because I want to get the sale. So I'm like, no,
Yeah.
this is it. I'm committed. I'm all in. But in reality, I was not.
Mm.
I was not that excited about knocking door to door and saying, "Hey, John, my name's Gabriel with X company. Who do you got your cell phone service with, or phone service with, right?"
Right.
So I had to switch it up, right? So I was not 3 feet away from gold there.
Mm.
And you have to realize when you're not 3 feet away from gold, because there are times when we put ourselves in a position and we convince ourselves that we are 3 feet away from gold. Like, if I just keep doing this and going in this direction, it's going to be great. Things are
Mhm.
going to go good. And all my wildest dreams are going to come true. But that's not true. And we have to have enough self awareness to
Mhm.
realize that what we're doing right now is not going to get us to our goals, or our heart's not in it. Because I think that's a part of it. And at the end of the day, the grind state, or the mind state, is the grind state. And if you cannot be in love with what you're doing, like, we're not miserable right now. It's 6:55 in the morning. There's some people that are barely waking up,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll probably be here, I don't know, when start their
Dude.
days in wherever they're at, in their offices, or on the in the field, on the construction site, or
Yeah.
whatever it is, right? But they're miserable. They're pushing, but like,
Dude, we have
dude,
it easy,
we
bro.
woke
We have
we
it easy
woke
here.
we I woke up hungry. I got like
Yeah.
4 hours of sleep, and I like,
Same.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's not, I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm saying that to prove the point that even though I got only got 4 hours of sleep,
You still show
I
up.
woke up hungry.
You woke up hungry. You still showed up. We're
Yeah,
staying consistent every single day. It's like you said, it's that hunger you have
three
to have
feet from
within yourself.
gold.
3 feet from growth. And what I'll share as well, like, what if you can guarantee that you'll be successful within a certain amount of time, a time span, let's say 3 years, as long as you do this amount of work every single day, right? Like, even like, and then what if you what if you visualize like an entire roadmap already built out, right? Like, think as if, right? And you see there's like bumps in the road, like, but the finish line, you see the goal right
It's
there.
there. It's
It's
there.
guaranteed
It's
right
there.
there. It's right there. It's guaranteed, right? And then as you're going throughout your day, weeks or months, whatever, you feel like shit, you want to give up. Remember, that's just one of the steps you have to go through before you can reach that goal. Because in order to handle that amount of money, that wealth, or whatever your goals are, you have to become the kind of person that could actually, um, as I mentioned, handle that level of like wealth or whatever goals you desire, right?
Yeah.
Like, you see CEOs of multi like billion-dollar companies. I guarantee if we switch places with them right now, we cannot handle all that responsibility. Running a million employees, like, we will literally burn out, or we would collapse, because we don't have the experience, we don't have the character, we don't have the emotional stability just yet to actually handle that responsibility.
Yeah.
So every single thing we're going through now, bro, is building us up, developing the character so we can
Handle that
actually
responsibility.
handle that responsibility of being at that position to have that goal,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Yep. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, man. And it's like I was mentioning earlier. If you and I, if we just keep, making these podcasts, making calls, handling business, networking, making these connections, forming strategic alliances, partnerships, collaborating, and
Mm.
these are things we do. And if these are things, if you're listening to this right now and you're like, "Dang, I would love to collaborate with John and Gabriel," um, reach out to us. We want to collaborate with you. Like that, this is what we do, this is what we're about. If you want to be a guest, if you want us to present our loan products in front of your company, your team, if you just want to talk real estate and lending, grab a cup of coffee or whatever. If you want to
Yep.
collaborate, if you want to do work with us, that's what we're here for, and that's what we're about, and we love this, and that's what it requires to have and maintain that focus and that tenacity to go past the 3 feet to get to the goal. You have to love what you're doing. You have to be good at it, and be happy while you're doing it, and get better and better, and grow and change. And again, it's like that saying, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results is insanity. Like, could you have the same behaviors and get to a particular destination? You could, if they're good behaviors and if they map to the destination. Now, the other route is get the good behaviors, but pivot along the way, get better and better and better, and now you increase your trajectory in getting to your goals and getting to that higher level, in having accountability, having strategic partnerships, having business partners helps you level up. That accountability of having someone call you out when you need to be called out, it's critical to growth. It's critical to getting to the next level and to getting past the 3 feet. So you can get to that goal.
Boom.
Boom.
It's fire. All right, cool, guys. Well, I think that concludes episode 19 of the Hustle Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you guys gained value, if you liked it, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. And then also share with your friends, with your family, so they can get value as well. Because that's one of the ways we grow our show. All right. Other than that, Gabe, anything else
One
you
more
want to share?
thing, and I want to
Yeah.
reiterate this again, and I mean this wholeheartedly, and I speak on behalf of John as well. If anyone is listening to this and you want to collaborate, please reach out to us. We firmly believe in the law of reciprocity and giving without expecting to receive anything in return, because we know if we add value to you, we eventually will get good coming our way. And that's what we're about. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us on this journey on the Hustle Podcast. Have a wonderful and amazing day.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Let's go, G.